Recently, I've been watching a lot of videos about people trying to 100% games as fast as possible. I've seen games like Stardew Valley or Plants vs. Zombies, and these are super entertaining videos. Despite watching so many videos like this, I've never seen one on Geometry Dash before. So that kind of got me thinking, is this possible? Now actually, there is a video on this topic from SD Slayer a few years ago before Update 2.2 came out. I asked him if it was okay for me to make a video like that for 2.2, and he said sure. Little did I know at the time, months ago, that this would really be a massive undertaking. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the ground rules. So what does it mean to 100% complete Geometry Dash? Well, as of mid-December 2024, with the release of the 2.207 update, there are 120 achievements in the game, if you only count Steam.
Oh my god, bro.
And if 500 doesn't seem like enough, there's still a lot of unlockable icons missing once we complete those 500. So in order to 100% the game, we need to unlock every unlockable icon in the game. Now, quick note, there are actually a lot of icons that are impossible to unlock. There's 100 that say unlockable in 2.21, which currently isn't out. There's also 14 icons that are unlocked via the completion of gauntlets that currently are not released. There's also 25 icons unlocked via secret codes that are currently unknown. And lastly, 18 icons that are locked behind the event levels, which we'll dive into later in the run. So in total, there are 157 icons that we physically cannot unlock, no matter what we do. But every other icon, we will do our best to get and as fast as possible. So here's where we categorize all of our achievements. There's specific completions, like needing to beat every main level in normal mode or practice mode, but there are also a ton of stat-related achievements that require quite a grind. Also, a quick disclaimer, I'll be using a lot of theoretical times here. Since I'm not actually going to be playing for every single achievement and unlock here, this run consists of a lot of theoretical times. There's a spreadsheet made by these legends that accurately documents every single rated level in Geometry Dash. It includes the star count, rating, and best of all, the time it takes to complete. Basically, for most of the online levels that we'll be beating in this video, they will all be completed in one attempt. With all of that out of the way, let's get into it. This is Glub. For the rest of this challenge, we will be playing as Glub on this fresh account. So before we even play our first level, we want to click this and open our daily chests. This will be crucial for the rest of this challenge, so we start right away. Right after that, we're going straight into the daily level for the day. For this challenge, since we can't look into the future, we'll just assume the exact date we start this challenge is the day that this script is being finished, December 7th, 2024. The daily level that's currently out is called Chronono, and we can complete it in just 1 minute and 5 seconds. Accounting for our daily chests, loading times, and the time it takes to get to and from the daily level, we're now at 1 minute and 20 seconds, and now we head to the main level menu. It's truly nostalgic for us to begin this challenge by beating the 22 main levels of the game. Each main level has at least 2 achievements tied to it, one for completing the level in normal mode, and one for completing it in practice mode. In both of these modes, we can beat each level in one attempt. We can also get the secret coins from each level because they don't slow us down at all, and we'll need them for later. The time we'll be using for the main level completions will be the world record for the fastest time to 100% complete all the main levels. Right after that, we're going to go into the any percent just to complete all the levels in practice mode. Right after we complete the last level in practice mode, we're going to go back to the level cycles, which is only 1 minute and 17 seconds, being the shortest main level there is. We're going to play this level and die at 95%. This will get us the So Close achievement for dying at 95% or later on a main level. Adding that to our overall time, along with the few seconds to account for changing levels in between the practice, main, cycles completions, we're now at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 5 seconds. Here's what our stats look like so far, and honestly, we're doing pretty good for only just over an hour. Similarly to the stat page, this is the achievement page that we're going to come back to after each part. It's going to show us the achievements that we're working on and the ones that we have just completed. With all of our main levels out of the way, let's head over to the tower. Our next task will be to complete all of the tower levels, which are basically main levels but all platformers. There are only 4 of these levels, and just like the main level, we're also going to be getting the 100% completion world record time for this, which is 8 minutes and 41 seconds. We get our first moons from this, which are basically stars but for platformer levels. After we complete that last tower level, we're going to head back to the main level menu. We're going to go to the coming soon screen. From here, we cycle through all the levels 3 times, giving us the Master Detective achievement along with the secret coin. Once we get that coin, we're heading back to the main menu, where you can see icons that cross the screen. As it turns out, killing these players are counted as secret achievements. Destroying 1, 50, 100, 200, 500, and 700 of these players grant you achievements, as well as 2 more secret ones. Those other 2, catch them all and nice shot, are obtained by destroying 2 specific cubes on the main menu screen. Now, there are a total of 1,204 unique icons in this game, meaning that given random luck, you have over a 1 in 1,000 chance of finding each of these 2, which technically means if you complete the 750 players destroyed achievement, you will not have destroyed these 2 icons. Well, I don't care. Glub doesn't care either. We're giving him God RNG. We will now get the easiest icons on the screen every time, including our 2 that we need to destroy. Factoring for optimal RNG and immediately clicking on these icons will give us a time of 22 minutes and 15 seconds to destroy all 750, taking just a bit under 2 seconds for each. Right after we destroy that 750th player, we're going to press on the More Games button, giving us the Rob Top Gamer achievement, which is super free. Once we do that, we're going to go to the daily chests and actually click on the button in the top right. Here we see chests tied to Geometry Dash's social links. Only some of these give you actual achievements, but they all give you icons, so we need to do all of them regardless. The time it takes for this seems to be very inconsistent, so I'm just going to go by how long it took me. It took me 25 seconds to click all the links before I got my first achievement. Then it took another 25 seconds to open all the chests. So in total, all of this took only 52 seconds. Right after that, we've got a very elusive icon to get, this little guy. The way to unlock him is you need to constantly open and close the help page in the settings until a question mark button appears right here. There doesn't seem to be any statistics on how long this should take, but I got it in about 20 seconds, so we'll just say it takes that long for our run. We're now going to head towards the character selector for an easy quick achievement. Clicking on it gives us dialogue from scratch, and afterwards, we get the supporter achievement in this cube. And right there, that's the end of category 1. All main level, tower, miscellaneous, and secret achievements are complete. We've done all the main levels, all the tower levels, a lot of different secret achievements, but now we're getting into the real deal, some online levels. We're going to the map packs. Map packs are a collection of 3 rated online levels put into a little pack. Each map pack gives us secret coins and extra stars for completing them, so it would be optimal for the run to beat every single map pack. And of course, if we really want to 100% the game, we need to. The exact time to beat every single level in the map pack is shown here on the spreadsheet, so this is actually really helpful for me. We're going to be beating every single level in all the map packs, as well as liking every single level. Accounting for the time it takes to transition, as well as liking every level and beating all of them, this would take us 4 hours and 28 minutes and 28 seconds. Now, the reason I said we have to like these levels is because there is another achievement that we'll be working on as we complete every single online level in this challenge. We need to like or dislike 4,000 online levels. So for the rest of this challenge, every online level we play will also give it a like. This really only adds about a second per level, so really it doesn't slow us down too much. Upon completing all the map packs, this will actually give us every single secret coin achievement. Importantly, completing the map packs will also give us a total of 51,000 orbs, which we can use to unlock 2 paths midway through, using 50,000 orbs. There are 10 paths in the game, and you can unlock each by using 25,000 orbs. Basically, the way they work is once you unlock one and basically use it as your active path, every 100 stars you get, you unlock an icon or some sort of cosmetic. There are 10 tiers in each path, so basically you'll need 1,000 stars to complete each, or 10,000 total. We'll assume that we start our first path at 1,000 stars at the dot to make it easier to track from here on. Since we're now at over 2,000 stars, that means by the time we're finished, we've completed our first path and started the second. Geometry Dash has a lot of different features that incentivize gameplay to get players rewards. One of these is the Gauntlet feature, which is basically a collection of levels to complete. They're basically map packs, but with 5 levels instead of 3, and actual cool themes. There are only 4 achievements in the Gauntlet category, but there are a lot of different things we need to actually complete here. There's a total of 35 gauntlets, but the achievements only go up to 15. As the achievements aren't enough here, we have to truly 100% the game, so that means beating all of the gauntlets. Something interesting about the gauntlets is that if you complete a gauntlet level, you can also complete the level again and get the same rewards in the online category. This doesn't work for map packs, so basically if you beat a level in a map pack and then search the level online, it'll already be completed. Gauntlets, it's not like that. This will be really helpful for lists, which is something that we'll look at later in this video. So with 35 gauntlets to complete and 5 levels per gauntlet, we have a total of 175 levels to complete. Thankfully, these times are on the mega spreadsheet for each gauntlet, so I just added about 5 seconds per level to account for loading times and switching and stuff like that. So given the odds that we beat every single gauntlet level in one attempt as fast as possible, we would complete every gauntlet in a total of 4 hours, 37 minutes, and 20 seconds. We've also added a ton of new stats to our collection, as you can see here. We also get a lot of these little things to collect. What are these? So these are shards. They were added in Geometry Dash 2.1, and there are 60 achievements involving these little things. There's 10 different types of shards, with the first 5 being tier 1, and the last 5 being a tier 2. There are also bonus shards for each tier, which is basically whichever shard you have the least of. So example, if I have 100 of every tier 1 shard, but 40 fire shards, I'll only have 40 bonus shards for tier 1. So how do we get these? Well, that's the hard part. There is literally no way to grind these things efficiently. You can get them by completing their designated path, which you get 10 from each. You can also get them from gauntlets, which, since we've completed all of them, here are our total shard rewards. And we also get more by opening treasure room chests, which you'll see later in this video. Besides those ways, the only other ways we can get them is by completing weekly demons or opening daily chests, and you'll see how that comes back to bite us later. But here we go, gauntlets all complete. We got so many stats from this. But next, we have easily our worst grind yet. With Geometry Dash's 2.2 update from December of last year, one of the biggest new features was the addition of lists. Lists are basically a user-created collection of online levels. The rewards we get from completing them are basically just diamonds, and the amount of lists we have to complete is shocking. You get these list rewards by completing a certain number of levels in a list, depending on how long it is. Because of this, there was a ton of strategizing that I needed to do. At the time I was working on this, there were only about 215 total lists, so I literally had to look at every single level in every single list and figure out which ones were the most productive to complete. At face value, this just meant whichever ones required the least amount of time to complete, but there was also another roadblock here. A lot of these levels are reused in different lists, meaning if you complete them in one, they're automatically completed for all the other ones. So I had to look at every single level and find all the duplicates and then find which were most productive, and this literally took hours. With my pain out of the way, I compiled the most efficient 200 lists at the time. I'm sure more have been added now, but there's no way I'm going to actually redo this. And here are our final stats. Given we complete every single one of these levels in one attempt. By the way, this takes over 1 day. Yeah, over a day to complete these stupid 7 achievements. Since we gained over 8,000 stars here, we're actually done with all of our paths right here. So that alone is 88 achievements. We also get 300 diamonds for every path completed, so in total we just earned 3,000 diamonds from completing them as well. We're also done with every single demon level achievement. We have over 590 demons. Our stats are insane, and we've only spent 34 hours. Like, things are going really, really well. There's no way this can get worse. We have just run into an issue. Yeah, 11,440 stars seems like a lot. It is. But we have such a massive road ahead of us. We need 25,000 total. We need 13,560 stars left, and really the fastest method for us to get these is by beating 1,000 plus demon levels. We will be beating 1,344 demon levels, and if you do the math, that's not actually how many stars we need to complete this. We account for some of them later, trust me. Thankfully, there's a way on the spreadsheet where we can categorize demon levels by length, which basically means we can find all of the shortest demon levels. Now, this isn't as easy as just picking the first 1,344 we see, because there are a lot of duplicates from lists or map pack. So I had to hand check all of the first 1,344 to find duplicates, delete them, and then move on to the next level. This takes us over 21 hours to complete, all just for a few achievements. Now at this point we are almost completely done with stars, with the remaining ones coming a little bit later in this video. At this point we're now well over 50 hours into this challenge and we have so much more to do. Up next, we're going to be doing the platformer levels. Really, there's not too many things that we actually need to focus on beating levels and getting stats for, except for moons. Moons are basically just stars, but for platformer levels, so we need to complete so many platformer levels to get 10,000 total moons. We already have 371, so at least we have a little bit of progress. Unfortunately, there's another roadblock here. Unlike the normal level duration times from basic rated levels, platformers are a bit different. There are times that show up on the spreadsheet, but I honestly don't really know where they're from. Because of how confusing this was, I honestly could not be asked to look at the duration of every single level, so what I did is I just decided to blindly go along with these times from the spreadsheet. It may not be entirely accurate, but as this run goes, we'll just imagine our player is the greatest player in the entire game, Glub on top. To get all the remaining moons we need to complete these 1,304 platformer levels. Most of these consist of demon levels, except for the really long ones. This really isn't the most 100% perfectly accurate way to get all of these moons, but it's about the best I could do. Now completing this will also get us to over 4,000 total online levels complete, which means we're done liking levels. Now this takes over 60 hours to do all these platformers, and we still have a lot more to do. We're going to take a little break from the pain though, and we're going to have a really fun level to play now. Because I didn't single-handedly complete all the levels we just did, I don't know exactly how many jumps we've done. We're going to assume we have 0 just for this experiment. We're going to look up this level ID and play it. It looks really normal actually, but after holding down jump for a while and dying, you're shown a massive number of jumps. We're going to use this to guarantee that we get all of our jump achievements, which cap out at 1 million. This only takes us about 30 seconds to get to the level, play it, and head to our next task, recent tiny levels. Since we've only completed a little over 4,000 online levels, we have a lot more. We also have a lot of other achievements to do, the social achievements. We'll collect achievements for 2 categories here. We're going to go for social and user levels. Social, which we have 0 progress on, but for user levels, we have good progress on. For user levels, we've completed over 4,000, meaning we only have a couple hundred online levels left to complete. There is a way we can put all these together to get them done optimally, and here's how. Both of these are done on the user profile, which is accessible through online levels, so we'll be doing these together back to back. We also have to rate the difficulty of 2,000 online levels, which cannot be done on actual rated levels. As well as that, we need to complete 800 online levels so we can pretty much do all 4. We'll go to a level, we'll friend them, follow them, rate the level, and then play it. Because Glub is the best, we're going to assume the greatest RNG possible. Every single level that we're going to play is going to be the shortest level possible, totally empty, and we'll complete it quick. Considering this, it's about 15 seconds for each, so the time for us to do this for the first 50 levels is 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Upon finishing those first 50, our social achievements are all done, and we just have a little over 700 online levels left to complete, as well as 1,950 online levels to rate the difficulty of. Doing this will take us 2 hours and 33 minutes and 43 seconds given perfect RNG. Now we are done with all 4,000 levels. All we have to do now is rate the difficulty of a little over 1,100 more levels. This only takes about 2.5 seconds to rate each level, so that's an additional 48 minutes and 35 seconds. With all this, we're now at 123 hours, 14 minutes, and 30 seconds. And there we go, that's mostly all of our online levels that we have to complete. There's only a couple more, and they're just right at the end. So now we're going to be looking at the chests. Geometry Dash has a really big chest room with a bunch of different tiers of chests that are all unlocked using demon keys, which is a feature added to the game in Update 2.1. These are obtained automatically every time you get 500 orbs from daily chests or from some other means. In total, if you want to unlock every single chest here, you need 3,500 demon keys, which is equivalent to 1.75 million orbs. Okay, 1.6 million. We're actually not that far off. The good thing is we can get these remaining 100,000 without actually completing any levels. We're going to open every 1, 5, and 10 key chest. In total, this requires a total of 750,000 orbs for the 1,500 demon keys needed, which we so easily have. Now there are 400 of the 100 key chests, 100 of the 5, and 60 of the 10, a total of 560 chests that we have to open. The 1 key chests take us about 28 minutes, then 7 minutes for the 5 keys, and 4 minutes and 12 seconds for the 10 keys. In total, 39 minutes and 12 seconds for all of these chests, and with that, we've obtained some great rewards from them. We've gotten over 140,000 orbs from opening these chests, totaling us at 1.755 million. So there we go, orbs are complete. Let's open the rest of these chests. The 25 key chests take us 1 minute and 41, the 50 key chests take us 50 seconds, and finally the 8 chests requiring 100 keys each take us 34 seconds. So in total, accounting for a little bit of some extra time to switch in between, we've gotten an additional 42 minutes and 15 seconds added to our time. We've also gotten a massive amount of icons, colors, and diamonds. Over 11,000 diamonds to be exact, which increases our count to 27,000, so we're done with diamonds now. And with shards, we're slowly getting there. This is how much we have right now, and unfortunately, this is the maximum amount of shards that we can actually get speed-wise. Really, the only more that we can get is waiting for the daily chests or weekly demons, which is literally just a waiting game. Now that we're officially done with orbs, let's spend them all. Thankfully, by gaining our over 1.75 million orbs, we're way over the amount needed to buy every item in the shops. There are a few shops in the game all using orbs as currency to buy various cosmetics. Every single purchase is cosmetic except for one, and that one we're going to need to buy will be used in our next category. Since we're nearby, the first shop we're going to go to is the secret shop, accessible through the left page of the treasure room. This shop requires 131,000 orbs to buy everything and takes us about 31 seconds. And we also buy the master emblem, which we'll use soon. The next shop we're going to go to is located right next to the secret shop, and it's the community shop. This one is a bit more Gucci than the others, requiring a total of 316,000 orbs to purchase everything, and it takes us a total of 58 seconds. Next, we're going to the mechanic, which is located right next to the community shop. This is the game's newest shop, being released in update 2.2 last December. Purchasing everything from this goofy looking guy actually costs a lot. 378,000 orbs. In total, this takes us 32 seconds. We have two shops left, one being a diamond shop, which we actually don't require orbs for. This is right outside next to the mechanic, and once we go into this, we have to spend 34,800 diamonds to purchase every item. Now, we actually don't have that many, and right now there's not really any other way for us to get diamonds besides opening daily chests, so this is going to be one that we'll have to come back to. And finally, we'll go to the first and original shop that was added in update 2.1, and we get there by going to the icon selector. By purchasing every item here, we use 108,000 orbs, and it takes us 34 seconds. But we have one last achievement to get from this guy that's a bit secret. If we assault this poor shopkeeper, if we tap him enough times, he will become enraged, and ultimately gives us a new icon. We only had to spend 933,000 orbs, but we're so rich, so it doesn't even matter. This takes us just over 124 hours total. Now, perhaps the simplest achievements of all are the vault achievements. Geometry Dash's creator RobTop seems to have a strange fixation on vaults. There's 4 of them. The first one, the vault, was released in update 2.0, and it's about as simple as it can be. Unlocked by having 10 user coins, which we easily have, we can access this in the settings menu. The theme with all these vaults is that you type in a specific phrase and click the vault character to get an achievement and reward. For the original vault, there's 12 achievements for us to get. We can speed through this quickly with incredible typing speed and timing that we know Glub has, and this is done in 20 seconds. We now go to the second vault, the Vault of Secrets. Similarly to the first vault, it also requires codes to enter. There are 10, but one is more slightly difficult than the others. For the first 9, we can complete these really quick, but the last one, Codebreaker, requires us to use the numbers it gives us to try and figure out the secret code. Now, given the perfect Glub RNG and luck, we'll bypass the need to truly solve this code by randomly guessing it correctly, saving us a lot of time. The Vault of Secrets takes us 3 seconds to get there, we finish it in 24 seconds. We now have the Chamber of Time, this one being added in 2.1, which really isn't as straightforward to access. Our master emblem we bought from the secret shop will be needed here, so to begin this process, we'll stay in the Vault of Secrets and play the level, The Challenge. Playing the level and beating it takes us 28 seconds, and once we get there, we go through some dialogue and we're able to access the basement. After passing all of this, we're sent to the main menu. When we go to the main level page, there's now a new door under the Coming Soon. For us to enter this door, we need the master emblem, which we already have, so now we can enter it. This whole process takes us about 40 seconds. Now entering this, we have 7 codes to enter, which we can speed through in 9 seconds. But wait, there's more. As this video was literally being worked on, RobTop released update 2.207, which includes yet another vault. This vault is very confusing, with there only being a specific number of codes that people know about yet. A lot of these really just give trash rewards like a couple orbs or stuff that we don't actually need. We're only going to do a few of the codes that we actually need in this vault, so in total all the vaults takes us 3 minutes and 20 seconds, which is not bad for 29 achievements. And at this point, we're almost there. There's a little bit more that we need to do. And actually, our next ones that we need are not in Geometry Dash. These next ones are obtainable via external RobTop games, Geometry Dash Lite, Meltdown, Sub-Zero, and World. We're going to assume we already have the games downloaded on our phone and our accounts logged into to save us some valuable time. We can actually skip the Geometry Dash Lite achievements altogether and do them on Meltdown. So first thing we're going to do is save our data on the real Geometry Dash and head to Meltdown, where we're going to load it onto here. This actually took me over a minute to save and load my data, but this isn't always the case. Given good RNG and good servers, we're going to assume it takes us 10 seconds to be safe. First thing we get to do on Meltdown is watch ads. If we go to the icon selector, we're shown a way to watch ads to get cosmetics. For this video, I unfortunately had to go through every single ad. Some of these ads varied from 30 to 65 seconds, so for this, we're going to assume we were given top tier ad RNG, so each was 30 seconds. It then takes 5 seconds for the chest animation before we can enter a new ad, and there were a total of 10 ads to watch. In total, taking us 5 minutes and 50 seconds to get all of our ad cosmetics. Factoring in the time to save our data, load the app, load our data, and get to the ads, that's 6 minutes and 14 seconds total. We now need to beat all 3 Meltdown levels with 3 coins. Thankfully, these levels are quite easy and their coins aren't too hard to get. Now, I actually haven't played these levels in literal years, so this was actually pretty nostalgic to go back and beat these. Now, the issue with these free mobile games is that there are more ads. We're going to circumvent this. Right as Glub loads his data, he's going to turn his phone on airplane mode, basically making it so no ads can come out of the game. With all 3 coins on all the levels complete, Meltdown is completed in 4 minutes and 42 seconds, which in total takes us 11 minutes and 6 seconds for all the ads and the levels. We're now going to head over to Sub-Zero, which also has 3 levels. Before we can play any of them, of course, we have to save our data and load it. All 3 of these levels are done pretty quick, taking us 5 minutes and 8 seconds total. We're now on our final spin-off game, Geometry Dash World. We save, load our data, of course. This one's a little bit different than the rest, consisting of 10 levels, with all 10 giving us either icons or colors. Thankfully, these are little baby levels, nowhere near the minute and a half that all of Sub-Zero's were. By completing the first 5, we're rewarded with 4 colors and an icon, and thus far it's taken us 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Now on to the last 5, we get 4 more colors and an icon, and 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Backing out of the levels to save our data, we complete GD World in 6 minutes and 42 seconds, saving all of our data. This actually gives us 52 stars in the actual Geometry Dash. So now we're a step closer to our 25,000. Now the last levels we need to complete in this game are the event and daily levels. Another new feature that was introduced to Geometry Dash literally less than a month ago were event levels. These are chosen by RobTop, and unlike daily or weekly levels, they have no specific reset time. So far, there have only been 5 event levels. The reason we're going for these is because completing them gives us a new key that was recently introduced to the game, Golden Keys. These can only be obtained by beating an insane or demon-rated event level. For levels that are lower rated than that, you still get rewards, such as shards, so we're going to complete them. There is no specific loot pool or odds yet, so for now we're just going to go by the rewards that I got. These 5 levels take us 7 minutes and 1 second to complete, and we get 36 stars. We also get some shards and 2 gold keys, which we can use to unlock these 2 icons. Unfortunately, at the time of this video being made, the other 18 of these icons are unobtainable until more insane or demon-rated event levels are released. As we've gone so far, we've had the opportunity to beat 6 daily levels. We started with Chronono, and during each day we've grinded this challenge, we've beaten the other 5, giving us 32 stars and totaling our star count over 25,000. Finally, we're done with stars. These levels also take us 6 minutes and 24 seconds, totaling our time at 124 hours, 39 minutes, and 59 seconds. So where does that leave us? As we stand right now, the only other achievements we can get that aren't time locked, well, this one kind of is, are the attempt achievements. We need over 300,000 attempts. Since we have 5,000 levels complete and we've done all of them in one attempt, that really means that we only have about 5,000 actual attempts. Thankfully, there's a level that will be able to help with this, but first we're going to have to go into the settings. We need to go to the options and enable fast reset. This will help us so that every time we die, we get into our next attempt just a little bit quicker. We're now going to search the level attempt farm as quick as we can, load in, and start dying. Doing a little bit of math, seeing how long it takes every time you die, I got a pretty devastating number. To get our remaining 295,000 attempts, we'd have to do this for 43 hours. I really don't know if there's another way that's faster than this. But this is horrendous. There we go. That's the last hands-on. Well, I mean, technically that wasn't really even hands-on. We can just AFK and go do literally anything else. Well, at the point that we're at right now, there's not really anything else we can do. Looking back at our daily chests, opening all of them increases our total time by about 3 minutes and totals our loot as the following. Orbs, diamonds, and keys are literally irrelevant for us now, so the shards are our main focus. We don't have enough shards, that's the thing. We need 100 of each, which is 1,000 total, so we're a bit off. And that's really where we're at now. Everything left in this game to unlock is strictly time locked. There's no possible way to determine how much time it'll take. We have 6 daily levels complete, and there's literally 359 more to go. We'd have to wait a year to get every single achievement in this game. Now, one other thing is there's also creator achievements, which time-wise are impossible to account for, since we have to focus on 1, other players liking the level, and 2, RobTop actually rating one of these levels. If someone's an experienced creator, they could probably pump out a decent, crappy level in a few hours, and if they're involved in the inner circle inner circle community, they'll probably have a greater chance to get this level rated. But really, there's no way to tell, so these creator achievements we can't really account for here. And that's it. Ultimately, 365 days is the least amount of time someone could spend to truly 100% Geometry Dash. But that's not a cool conclusion, so we've got our number now. Unfortunately, this couldn't account for every single achievement or cosmetic, but this is the best that we could do. Thank you guys so much for watching. This literally took so much time to make, but it was honestly really fun to crunch all the numbers and figure this out. Obviously, this is not possible. You'd have to beat over 2,000 demon levels in one attempt, with many being insane or extreme, but it's fun to think about. I'm sure I didn't do a 100% perfect job on this, but thank you guys so much for watching and putting up with this. I'll see you guys next time.